Welcome to Pillow Talking. I'm Stephanie Lyons-Keeley, and we are here to talk about Disaster, which is opening UConn's Nutmeg Summer Series.
Thank you so much for having us on. Yeah, very excited about the show. This theater is incredible, and the cast is amazing. And so we're kind of just sort of in the middle of rehearsals, and it couldn't be going better.
And this is Jack Plotnick, Seth Rudetsky, who have co-written Disaster. Jack is directing, and Seth is reprising his role in the production. Tell us what it's been like working here.
Oh, heaven. This theater, they're just... everybody's so nice. They're just treating us so well, and everybody's in a great mood because they're here because they just love theater. The theater, haven't you just had the most lovely experience with the people that work here?
Yeah, it's an interesting combination because it's really, really super young people just starting out, and then like seasoned, grizzled old vets like me and Angie. But everyone's mixing so well. I mean, it's really, everyone is so dedicated, and the young people are working so hard. It's great. It's been a great experience, and I love that the Barnes & Noble is right next to where I'm staying. That's my favorite part.
He's obsessed with books. How many books do you have that you're reading right now?
I'm reading one, but I have 10 next to my neck. It's private and personal.
What was the casting process like? Because I know with the summer series, you get not just UConn students, but you get students from elsewhere.
Well, with the non-equity actors, it was all done over video. They would send me videos, and the good news is, like, I got everybody I wanted. Nobody got a bigger job that took them somewhere else. This is my dream cast. Yeah, and
especially getting a kid in the neighborhood was amazing. That we were able to get this local kid named Prince, who's like unbelievable singer to play the little boy.
How old is he? He's like 11?
Yeah, he's 11. He's so good, man.
Yeah, we are lucky he lives here because he's amazing.
Yeah, we really lucked out with the cast.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, tell us more about the show.
Oh, well.
70s.
Yeah. The Disaster is a 1970s disaster movie musical. And it's got all the hit songs from the 70s, like 30 songs, right, that we got the rights to.
Yeah, about 30. And it's all, in the 70s, pop channels played all different styles, so it's pop, disco, and rock, because they were all on the same, basically WABCs, but at least to listen to.
Yeah, so it is a jukebox musical, but what Seth and I did was we made sure that every lyric makes sense for the characters who are singing it.
Yeah.
And sometimes
in a very comedic way.
Yes, sometimes in very comedic ways, and there's payoffs where lyrics mean something that you never would have thought they would have meant in that song. But we made sure to never change a single word of the original songs, but use them to forward the plot of the show. So
yeah, it also has, by the way, every single 70s disaster. So it only has all the songs, but it also has an earthquake and a tidal wave and piranhas and rats and sharks. Basically every single disaster movie in one big musical.
Yeah, it takes place on the opening night of Manhattan's very first floating casino on the Hudson River. And it's been built by,
an unscrupulous real estate developer who basically kind of skimped on safety precautions and by accident drilled it into a fault line. So all the disco dancing is really affecting the stability of the fault line, and because of the earthquake, then a tidal wave is caused, and basically every disaster keeps building.
Yeah, anything that can go wrong goes wrong for these poor people.
And also we have every kind of 70s trope in this show. We have the sexy Farrah Fawcett lounge singer, the sort of shutdown disaster expert. We have the signature nun.
Down on her luck disco diva, singer, like a Donna Summer type person.
The nun has a gambling addiction, and unfortunately she's in a casino, so it doesn't really work out so well for the nun. And then we've got twins played by the same boy, boy and girl twins played by the same boy, who's amazing, switching back and forth in drag.
Now, my husband and I write together, so what was this like, putting this crazy show together back and forth between the two of you?
It wasn't difficult. Jack used to always say, oh, it's so hard for us to write because we're on different coasts, but basically I would write something and send it to him, and he'd write something and send it to me, and this is kind of even before Skype. We were just doing it on the phone and over the computer, and since we've been here, we're actually hopefully adding a new song, and we kind of did that sitting together, but it was actually easy to do it long distance.
Yeah, we're making some small changes to the show to make the show even better, so the version people will see here is going to be something no one's ever seen, and there are some elements, especially with the set, that I don't want to give away, but they were things that we always wanted to do on Broadway, but just weren't able to make happen, that we're doing here in Connecticut.
This is hopefully a precursor for the London production, which we're planning on doing in a year, so we really wanted to make these changes with the set and with the script before we went to London. So we're sort of trying it out here in Stores, Connecticut, right near the Barnes & Noble, which I'm obsessed with.
That's fantastic. Now, we know that there are some young people out in the lobby right now. Are they your actors? Are they other people who are involved?
They're
and
the
how does
actors,
this
but they
whole-
also, we have young people who are part of stage management training, and so there's young people all over. It's got a wonderful energy of joy and enthusiasm.
Or devastating energy of feeling old and out of shape. You decide.
And thinking about the fact that, to them, retro is 90s. How are they being introduced to all the craziness of 70s, which may be their parents?
I find that young people that really know about the 70s and 80s, and they know and love that music.
Well, this music is all done on American Idol, so like basically every single song is kind of known because 70s music was actually good and it kind of was downhill from the 90s on. So all those 70s songs are still really classics, and that's why they're always still singing them or doing remakes.
Yeah.
And we've read some of the reviews, which, unfortunately, this is going to be, or fortunately, this is going to be our first experience seeing the show because we haven't
Oh,
seen it
good.
before.
And you'll
but the
really
reviews
laugh.
were super positive, and,
Yeah.
and we're super excited about it.
Yeah, we were thrilled. New York Times made us a critic's pick on Broadway, and that was
And
just...
they're bitches. You could beat
Yeah.
that out, but it was a big deal.
It was a dream come true, yeah.
Wow. So it was everything you wanted it to be, and now how is it after a little bit of time period coming back to the show and putting it up again?
It's fun.
Oh,
really
it's a
fun.
blast. I mean, I love this show, so it's a wonderful opportunity every time I get to be a part of a production, but especially to get to do it with Seth, who I wrote it with and who created the role on Broadway. And the equity actors we brought in from Manhattan are amazing. I mean, they were people that could have just as easily have done it on Broadway.
Yeah.
They've done tons of Broadway shows.
Yeah, I did the producers with Angie. She started on the producers when I was one of the assistant conductors. So I've been produced with her for years. She's amazing, tall, statuesque legginess. I did Ragtime with Anne, who's playing the older lady, who has to tap dance to save the ship, and she's amazing. We did Ragtime, and then Maggie, who's also in the show, plays the Numb with the Gambling Addiction, did Disaster on Broadway, and she's kind of from right near Stores, whatever next Stores. She's right next to Stores, so she is right in town, and she did Disaster on Broadway. So we really wanted her to do it again. So it's fun to have the mix of the equity and the non-equity.
And did Terry Mann have something to do with this coming here in the first place?
Yes, I do a lot of Broadway cruises. My next one is coming up with Cheetah Rivera, September 1st, to the Norwegian fjords.
Where do they go?
They go to all the Norwegian fjords from London. Cheetah Rivera, Karamloo, and Jenna Russell. Of course you should join me.
No, where do they go to get to learn about it?
Oh, go to
Online.
my website, SethRudetsky.com, or just email me. Anyway, the point is, I was with Terrence Mann on a Broadway cruise, and he's like, "What's gone with Disaster?" His wife had come to opening night, and he's like, "Charlotte's obsessed with Disaster. What's happening?" And I said, "Well, it's licensed. It's coming. It's going all across the country, all different theaters." And he said, "Well, I'm running this new theater in Stores, Connecticut." And I was like, "I'll see you there." And that's basically how it happened.
Awesome. Yeah, we've Wayne actually worked with Terry Mann many years ago, and as we've mentioned to you, we're here on a regular basis. So this is truly one of our favorite places.
That's great here.
So what do you hope that audiences are going to take away from this?
They're going to laugh their butts off. They're going to get to hear so many songs that they love, that they remember, that they're going to want to sing along with. And they're going to get to meet some really wonderful, zany, fun characters, but at the same time, we made sure that you really root for these people because the show feels dangerous. You don't know who's going to get eaten by a shark, and you really hopefully will care about these characters.
Yeah, because
and-
some of them die. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, and so the show has a lot of heart, so hopefully maybe you'll shed a tear or two, but mostly you'll just be laughing, and maybe you'll want to come in 70s clothing. Please feel free to show up in
Dress
your
up.
best disco garb.
Yeah, and what's great is that the whole families have seemed to really like the show, especially because there's a kid in the show, so kids love to see other kids perform, and then people in their 70s love the music because it's from their youth, and people our age, 29 or so, love the music also from, Spotify.
Yeah, we really found that all ages enjoy the show, and it is absolutely a show you can bring kids to.
Yeah.
Well, we may just be bringing our kids. We have 7 between us, so we
Oh,
may
perfect.
be just dragging them all here. Not that we'd have to drag them.
Yeah, well,
All right. Any challenges that you've faced here? Staging something that has all these disasters going on, or?
Well, there is a very, very large disaster of an earthquake, and as I said, we're involving things that we didn't even do on Broadway, and we're very excited about it. So while it's not a challenge, it's just been very exciting to figure out how to make this huge surprise that happens during the earthquake happen. But it's the theater here has been incredible, and they figured it all out. I mean, I'm blown away at how much they were able to figure out that we wanted to do.
yeah. And turning the ship upside down too. Basically, all the disasters have worked out so far.
Excellent, excellent. And nothing will be a disaster.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
Well, we're super excited to see it. We're super
Thank
excited to see it. And
you.
thank you so much for talking to us
Thank you for
today.
having us.
Peace out.
Absolutely.